sorry, like, you guys can't see because it's really fast, but the rooster just jumped on a chicken and hooked up right in front of me as I'm talking to you. Yeah, you proud of yourself, buddy? Anyway. Hey friends, it is me, Kelly. I am out in the barnyard today. Hold on, I want to show you something. So these are my turkeys, and they are by far the sweetest two birds on the barnyard, at the barnyard, in the barnyard, within the confines of the yard of our barn. So these are our two turkeys, and they are by far the sweetest birds we have. And I was not expecting to fall in love with them because it's not like I don't have enough other birds around. But these two, they're just something special. So that leads me to what I wanted to tell you about today, which is what I did for Thanksgiving. If you don't know, I'm doing this challenge called the Homegrown Year, where I'm trying to live off of the food that we produce here on our little farm just north of Denver, Colorado, for an entire year. And I had purchased turkeys at the beginning of the spring in anticipation of the year. I had thought that as a person who doesn't actually like turkey that much, I really only cook it once a year. I probably wouldn't eat a ton of turkey. I didn't think that it would be something that really mattered to me that much, so I ordered 4. 5 showed up, which frankly I thought was more than enough turkey for the year. 3 of them, when they were teenagers, flew over the fence to go see the dog. And the dog is a hunting dog. You guys, it is just me. Stop. So anyway, so I lost 3 turkeys. I've got these 2 left. And then for Thanksgiving, I thought, oh, you know, I should probably dispatch with a turkey and send it to the freezer in the sky. I just couldn't do it. I like them so much. And of all of the things, like, I'm fine slaughtering chickens. I think I'll be fine slaughtering our pigs. I do not like them that much. I was surprised. I thought I was gonna like our pigs and fall in love with them. I didn't. So, although we still have them, but these 2 turkeys, I just really like them. I'm fairly sure the ones that are left are a male and a female, so I'm hoping they have some turkey babies next year. I didn't eat them for Thanksgiving. I couldn't bring myself to do it. So what I did for Thanksgiving is came up. Oh my gosh, just all the time. There's just noise all the time. Anyway, I came up with I did kind of like a hybrid savory pie type of thing where my husband, when he was out hunting deer, he actually picked me some corn and then he ground it. Romance is not dead, friends. He did that for me. And so I have some cornmeal. So I figured I would make I'd read an article about how this year Thanksgivings are going to be a little bit different. So seriously. Anyway, Thanksgivings were going to be a little bit different. So I tried to make kind of a savory pie with like a cornbread crusty base. And it turned out really well. And the ingredients, I found this old-timey cornbread recipe. It was it calls for bacon grease as one of the ingredients. And I did have a package of bacon I bartered with my brother-in-law some cheese for until we handle these 2 pigs we've got out here. So also, I might be having rooster for dinner, like, no joke. Anyway, so I made a kind of cornbread base that turned out fabulous. It was just cornbread, duck eggs, because my chickens all happen to be molting right now, so I have no chicken eggs, but the cornmeal that Mark had ground for me, a little bit of honey bartered for with my neighbor, some goat buttermilk left over from making butter, goat butter, which is just, I mean, wow, so good. And so I made that base, and it turned out, sorry, like, you guys can't see because it's really fast, but the rooster just jumped on a chicken and hooked up right in front of me as I'm talking to you. Yeah, you proud of yourself, buddy? Anyway, so that was horrifying. I mean, it was fine, but it's a barnyard. Barnyard things happen here. Anyway, so I made this cornbread base and then kind of like sauteed just the side of caramelized some onions, not grilled, but just like seared some really delicious deer steak pieces, and then put all of that on top of the cornbread, and then heated it all up, and then put goat cheese on it, like a really creamy goat ricotta until it was just melty. Oh my gosh, it was so good. And the turkeys are super glad that I just couldn't bring myself to. It seems like, you know, I really like them. If there was no other choice, I would have eaten them. But over the course of this challenge, I get 4 meals off. And it did not make sense to me to spend like lonely Thanksgiving. Not lonely, I have my family, but you know, we didn't see the extended family. We didn't do a big meal. We were pretty cautious about that. And so it just didn't seem like wasting one of my 4 meals that I get off. I want to use those meals I get off of the challenge for things like sushi, which there's no way I'm going to be able to replicate sushi, or something delicious like a really expensive Michelin star, delicious, fancy hoity-toity restaurant, because the thing is I'm spending nothing basically on restaurants. And so I could go in and just order everything on the menu and all of the wine, and it would still be cheaper than my restaurant bill last year. So I want to save that for something special, and that really kind of Thanksgiving flavor is something I eat almost every day here. So anyway, that's the meal that I had. The turkeys have just become absolutely my favorite. I think I will never not have turkeys. They're so charming. They're so charming. And the ones I have, these gray ones, they're called blue slates. And so they're just that beautiful color. And they have so much personality. And they're just so funny. And chickens are dumb. Chickens are so dumb. But these turkeys, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm anthropomorphizing them too much. But they are just fun. And I love having them. So that's my story. That's what I did. Oh, and how's the challenge going overall? Exceptionally well. I lost 35 pounds so far. So it's been tough to do videos, do the challenge and do the content and post, just because it's also a pandemic and I was not expecting that. But it's also kind of nice because everybody's staying at home. So we are, but you know, when you go into isolation, as many of us have, it then is hard to take care of your kids and cook for myself, and all of the processes that go into cooking for myself are so much. I mean, just so many things go into cooking for me, because it's not like, oh, I can take something and throw it in the microwave and be done with it. I have to either pick it or defrost it if I've already picked it, or rehydrated it if I freeze dried it. And then I have to figure out, you know, what are the combination of things. And honestly, a lot more meals than I was expecting have just been me taking a chunk of cheese and putting it in the microwave. But I'm still down 35 pounds and a lot of eggs, eat a lot of eggs, except now everybody is molting. So that's how that goes, right? As you start this huge challenge, you're getting a dozen eggs a day, and then all of a sudden, everybody decides to molt. And luckily the ducks have made up for the difference. And then by the time the ducks get done for the season, then the chickens will pick back up. So that'll be good. lots of eggs. Basically doing keto all the time with some zucchini mixed in. But it's just, I don't know, it's a weird time for everybody. So anyway, that was my Thanksgiving. Oh, and I did, you guys will appreciate this. I had 5 green beans. Like, our green beans did so poorly, and I had probably 5 plants and got 5 green beans total. And so I wrapped all 5 green beans in a piece of bacon. It was very, very gourmet. And then I also did mashed potatoes, and the mashed potatoes, oh, off the hook. I took the potatoes, did them in like the standard mashed potato way, except I did it with goat cream and goat butter to mash. Oh, if you have not had this before, which is probably not a thing you've had unless you have goats, but mashed potatoes made with goat butter and goat cream, oh, so good. So anyway, that's my update. Oh, and on behalf of our turkeys, they say thank you. Thank you. And back at you, turkeys. Thank you for being so charming. They're so cute.